Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to gear up your character. Now I will say that depending on where your character is at right now, as far as item level, this is going to be a little bit different, so I've tried my best to kind of condense this down to basically appease everybody. So if you guys are, in week 3 and you're coming up short with crests, don't worry, the general rule of thumb here is to just push Mythic Plus keys as high as you can. But we are going to be talking about a bunch of different things to be doing here, and I think the best place to start is for fresh characters. But before we begin, don't forget to leave a like on this video, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. So the first thing you guys want to do on a fresh level 70 is go to the Forbidden Reach and Rare Farm. Basically you just want to get those tokens to get the gear, and then upgrade that gear to 395. And since you're over there, make sure you guys pick up that ring and you upgrade that to 424, because it's still pretty good. So now that you're level 395, you're going to want to go ahead and start the season intro quest. You're going to unlock the world quests, the Ponzo rep, and the upgrade system, and your first spark. And now after that intro quest and all that stuff's unlocked, you're going to want to fly around and do rare farming again. There's 25 rare spawns in this new zone, and you guys are going to want to go around and just kill them all. The goal here is you want to cap out on your flight stones, which are, I believe, 2,000. And then you're going to want to farm 10 whelp crests and 10 drake crests. And you'll get these by doing the open world content in this zone, like the rares, finding treasures, and world quests. So the nice thing here is that if your item level is below 418, you guys can increase this a lot by just completing the events, farming rares for that 402 to, I believe, 411 gear, and then using your whelpling and drake crests to upgrade that gear to 424. I will say it's worth mentioning before you even step foot into the new zone, I would highly recommend you pick up the 5 sparks of ingenuity from Valdraken and use those to craft some gear. The new Titan Training Matrix 5 will let you have gear be crafted at 395, so that's a pretty huge bump. And after all that, the goal here is to have an item level of about 410. And for those of you who are watching this video early, we're still in the preseason, which is called week 0. This is basically where you want to be for this week. And one last thing really quickly before we move on to the next part. Since this is the week 0 and you guys completed the first quest, you should have gotten your first new spark. So if you haven't done that already, I highly recommend you do that. So now for week 1, the goal here is we want to get up to at least 418 item level. So the first thing you guys want to do is do the weekly quest to get the spark. And this is when things get kind of busy. So you're going to want to farm all 4 of the crests, that's Whelp, Drake, Worm, and Aspect. The Whelp and Drake ones can be farmed from just doing the open world content. Worm crests can be obtained by doing the Heroic Raid, or by doing Mythic Plus keys 11 through 15. And Aspect crests can be obtained by doing plus 16 or higher Mythic Plus. And at this point, you're going to want to craft your first 447 item level piece of gear, which is going to cost 1 spark and 4 aspect crests. And then optional, you'll want to try to do the normal raid for some tier gear. And again, the goal here is you want to be around 418 item level. And now we move on to week 2 or the next part. And the goal here is we want to be at 427 item level. So like the last week, we're going to do the weekly quest to get the spark. You're going to farm just Worm and aspect crests. And you're going to upgrade your 411 veteran gear to 424 with drake crests. And then you're going to craft your second 447 item level gear with, again, 1 spark and 4 aspect crests. And now your item level should be around 425. So now you're going to want to start regularly farming plus 17 keys. And now going forward, we're going to be trying to just upgrading our heroic tracked gear, which is the 428 to 437 item level. And then optional, again, you guys are going to want to do the normal raid for tier gear, and also try to complete the raid on heroic for the Omni tier token, which will let you choose which piece of tier gear that you want. And also for this week, the goal here is you want to do at least 8 plus 17 keys. And now the next part, week 3, the goal here is to get to item level 432. So again, you guys are going to want to do the weekly quest to get the spark. Now you're just going to be farming aspect crests, and you're going to upgrade your gear to 441, and then optional, do the normal raid for tier gear, like always. And one thing that I think is worth mentioning, at this point, you might be running into issues of not being able to upgrade stuff because you're running out of crests or things like that. Either way, it's really hard to judge, where you are as far as gear goes and upgrades and things like that. So at this point, the best bet is if you guys can't upgrade your stuff from crests, you just want to keep running Mythic Plus. Just try to push and try to do as many high keys as you possibly can. And now for week 4. So the goal here is to get to 439 item level, and we're going to be, again, getting the weekly quest to get the Spark. You're going to be farming just Aspect Crests, and you guys are going to want to try to do at least 8 plus 20 keys. And for some of those people, you might be wondering why you want to do 8 plus 20 keys. Well, you guys want to be doing 8 so you guys have the maximum possible number of, the highest item level reward. Because if you just do 1 plus 20 and you look at your grade vault and whatever that piece of gear isn't actually an upgrade, well, now you just lost 2 possible chances for more gear. So that's why you always want to be running 8 of the highest level you can possibly do. So that way you're always having a couple more choices for gear. And then on to week 5. So the goal here is to get to 443 item level. And again, we're doing the weekly quest for the Spark. We're farming Aspect Crests, and we're just farming 20s at this point. So I know for some of you guys, farming 20s sounds crazy, but this is probably the most efficient way to gear up your character as quickly as possible. Now again, like I said, this isn't going to be a smooth road for everybody. It's not going to be the same. So this is just kind of like my general, this is what you guys should be doing. And that's where we're going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for checking out my content. Let me know in the comments what you guys are most excited about for the new season, what your guys' plans are. Are you guys going to be pushing Mythic Plus? Are you guys trying to get cutting edge this tier? Either way, I'd love hearing from you guys. Again, don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys next time.